Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Sohan, sir. Sohan,
Yes, sir. Myself, Prof.Tater is speaking. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Very much good morning.
Are you audible, sir?
Audible. We heartily welcome you, sir, for your valedictory address. Sir, please.
Yes, sir.
Sir, please. Now the time is 5:28, and you can have your please.
Should I start, sir?
Yes. You can.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Chandesu nimmalayara aichesu ayyang payasaira sagarvar gambira siddha siddhing mamadi santu siddha siddhing mamadi santu. We all devotees are praying to the God. You give us the salvation, emancipation, and make us free from all the worldly bondage. All galaxies who are there on the dais, my good evening all to them, and my beloved students who are most lovable person to a teacher. So I give them good evening also. And now I am very much grateful to the organizers, Sri P.K. Sundaran sir and his team, to give me this chance to explain my views. Today's the topic is the relevance of Bhagwad Gita in 21st century. It's a very contemporary subject. This is the subject, is the assimilation of the spirituality with the science. And the Gita is such a holy and pious book regarded throughout the world, and especially in India, it is very much regarded. The proof is that on the courts which give the justice, every fellow who appears in the court before the judge, he puts his hand on this holy, our legend, and say, whatever I will speak only truth. God bless me, God help me. So in this way, we can say this is a much very holy book for us, because the Gita gives the solution of every phase, every aspect, every problem, everything of human life. My contention is that Gita can give us the solution of every problem which we are having, whether it is spiritual, whether it is the health related, whether it is related to our family, to our income, to the nation, to the world, and to all. Now, they see the peculiarity of this holy book. It was written in the battle of the Kurukshetra between Kauravas and Pandavas. So it is a very peculiar holy book, and the battle was fought for the 18 days, and every day when the Lord Krishna give inspiration to the Arjun, give advice to him, becoming a Sarthi, that became a chapter, that is Adhyay. So it is being constituted in the 18 days, means 18 chapter. First 6 chapter of the Karma Yoga, next 6 chapter is of the Bhakti Yoga, and next 6th chapter is of the knowledge yoga, that is Gyan Yoga, and conclusion in there, Gyan and Vigyan Yoga. Earlier to coming on this place, I was actually hearing something about the science and religion. I tell you, science and religion are the two faces of a coin. There is no contradiction in the spirituality and our science, because the science agrees with the 5 substances, that is animate, inanimate, and motion, time, space, and rest. And the spirituality adds one more thing, which is the center point of the Gita, that is of the soul. Because the aim of whether he is a spiritual person or whether he is a scientist, the actually aim of the both person is to find out the truth. But this physical scientists, they work on the molecules or say on the matter, whereas the spiritual person work on the soul, that is animate. So there is a difference of the our say working on the animate and inanimate. So both coincide, and the science is the branch of the spirituality. So we should never confuse with the spirituality, religion, or science. Both are the same, both are complementary to each other, both are supporting. It has very well versed in our Bhagwad Gita. Now, taking the fifth chapter of the Karma Yoga, which is most scientific, I tell you, as the modern age is of globalization, privatization, and liberalization, we are much acquainted with the science as our forefathers, say 50 years or 100 years back, they were not well versed or well experienced with the science, because science has grown up now. So as all the 24 hours, we work with the science, we take the facilities with the science, so we are accustomed with the science. So this our Bhagavad Gita is clubbing both science and spirituality. In the Karma Yoga, the Lord Krishna has told to the Arjun when refused on the very first day, looking to the Vishwa Pitama, his Guru Dronacharya, Kripacharya, his brothers, his uncle, and all the things, he told that I can't fight with my relatives for a small piece of the land. But the Lord Krishna told that it is your duty. It was not forced to you. There was a great say efforts were made not to have the Mahabharata, but it was supposed, so it has occurred. So now you are not the Nishkam Karma, this philosophy, or say very intuitional knowledge Lord Krishna gave to the Arjun, that you are the Arjun is the name of your body, but you are not the body. You are the soul. Soul is your existence, and soul is immortal. Whereas Arjun, you are the mortal. So you will vanish one day, but the soul which is there in the Arjun is immortal. It was, it is, and it will remain for the coming all the time. So this was a great lesson of the Niskam, that you fight for the sake of your duty, but you don't bother for the fruits. So in the especially 21st century of this cutthroat situation of the great competition, we are depressed every stage of our life, that I am competed, I am not going ahead to the another fellow who is in competition to me. So it gives a great lesson to human life, that you go on working, you will have to work, because the work is your duty, and the work means karma you have brought from your previous lives. Previous life, whatever the causes you have shown, you will get the effects of those causes. Means this is the law of the nature, that to the every cause, effect will definitely happen. The theory of the cause and effect is the theory of the nation, of the theory of the nature. So that way, this Karma Yoga is this Nishkam Karma is a great philosophy of this Gita, and especially in this 21st century, if we want to have a good balanced life, good our family life, good life with our working people, that means for the every sector of our life, we should follow the principle of the Nishkam Karma. Go on working, don't feel of the competition to each other, don't be depressed, and don't bother for the fruits, because fruits not are there in your hand. If we follow this great principle anywhere throughout the world, we can very easily see we will be never depressed, we will be never disappointed, and we will have zeal, enthusiasm, and interest towards our work throughout the life. Another, we see the next 6 chapters of Gita, that is of the Bhakti Yoga or the Bhakti Marg, in which Lord Krishna says that whatever sins you have done, you are you may be a bad man, you have given trouble to a lot of the person. If you want to repent, you come within me, you became the follower of me, you become the son of me, you assimilate yourself within me. That means you become of myself. I will take care of you, and I will bring up to the salvation. What it says? It says that we all persons are the guest of the nature, we are the sufferers, we are the users, we are not the owner of this nature. Nature is our mother, nature is supreme. Today, you see that with the consumerism and with the say this battles today on the weapons, chemical weapons, which is going on, we are seeing with the our Russia and Ukraine. Just see the condition that they are going to spoil the total human race. So with the principle of the submission to the God, we should work for the God, we are of the God, we are to live in a Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. That means we all human beings are the son or the daughters of the same Vasudev father and Vasudev, that means this earth. So we should love each and other. We should love the humanity, and we should have the principle of live and let others live. Gita, in the sixth chapter of the say Gyan Yoga, in which Lord Krishna says, ignorance is the biggest cause of your miseries, of your grief. As Lord Buddha told that sorrow is omnipresent, cause of sorrow is there, the cause of the sorrow is wishes, and if you vanish the wishes, you can get rid of the all the miseries. Similarly, Lord Krishna says as an inspiration to the Arjun that miseries are there in the life of every person. If somebody want to lead this great life of a human being, because human being life is the greatest life among all the living beings, who are the fortunate, they can get the human life only. In the Vedic philosophy, it is told that any person regularly for the 8 lives, if he does the good deeds, then he gets the human life. And some problem is there in those 8 lives, he will get human life after 99 lives. even then some mischiefs happen, then again human life he will get human life 999 lives. It means that what life we have got with our great fortune, it is a grace of the God. We should lead our life with great pleasure and with great enthusiasm. So, this Gyan Yoga or the next sixth chapter of the Gyan Marg, Lord Krishna says that ignorance, you destroy the ignorance. What is the ignorance we have brought up in our mind? Every us, including myself, yourself, what we think that whatever I have created is my own creation. My mind, body, my wealth, everything which pertains to me, it is created by myself and I am of the honor. That means you are saying ownership and doership. These both are the causes of the miseries. These both are the great ignorances, especially in the today's age of the globalization and the age of the science, when great, say, our facilities are there for our outer world, we should think something of our existence. Gyan Yoga tell that if you vanish the ignorance of the being, the honor of your body or of your life, then you will come to the realize that my existence is pure soul. I minus my is equal to pure soul. My is the attachment. My is the ambitions. My is the attachment. When you vanish this my, then we become the pure soul. It is told in the Hindi is also there. जब खुद समाप्त होता है तब खुदा पैदा होता है. So actually, out of the Gita, we can take so many things for our life from any point of view. Any person, he can take the versions or the see inspirations from the Gita, especially as this book is most relevant in nowadays rather than when it was written, because the present age is of the great trouble age, where say corona has come. We have faced this corona for say at least 2 years, and nowadays it is also told of the fourth wave. Anyway, the thing is that how it is happening, the Gita says that these things, which is tsunami, earthquakes, and drought, and whatever miseries are coming to us because we are exploiting the nature. Gita says nature is your mother. Why you are giving trouble to the nature? Why don't you protect the nature when the nature has given you birth and nature bring up you, and she takes the full care throughout your world? Even then you are exploiting it, you are becoming master of the nature. The Gita is absolutely against in the becoming a man, a master of this nature. He says that we are the slaves, we are the, say, sons and daughters of the nature. We should worship the nature. Gita has always inspired to the our earth, water, fire, air, and sky as a god and goddesses, and it was worshipped at the time of the Gita or at the time of the Vedas, Puran, and Agam, Tripitik, and Upanishads, Brahman, Aranak, Vedanta, etc. also. So Gita, you take the any version of the Gita, any chapter of the Gita, you will come to know it is giving a guidance to me. It is giving a lesson to my life. Any person who is in trouble, a great trouble of the health, a great trouble of this placement, of the trouble of anything else, you can find the solution out of the Gita if by with your inner consciousness, if you pray to the inner consciousness, that is the great God. I mean to say, whatever soul within you, please tell me when I am to conclude. Please tell me. Please tell me when I am to conclude. So we should pray to the consciousness which is within us.
Sir, 2 2 or 3 minutes you can continue, then you can continue. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So the actually the Gita is giving much emphasis to the person, especially to the man, to the human being, because human being is a developed fellow with his say senses, with his intellectual, and with all the things. So they say that we should concentrate some time for your consciousness within us. It should be always in center. But what happened, we, especially in 21st century, are we are going behind the wealth, behind the prosperity, behind the post, and behind the other things. So Gita says that you bother for your consciousness, which is immortal. It was, it is, and it will remain always, and especially written in the Gita that your existence is only with your consciousness. When it goes out of your body, you are nothing but a dead body. So who will get you realize this thing? This is a great inspiration that what you are working with the mercy of your consciousness. So always keep your consciousness, your soul, your God, which is the great God, in the center, and then rest other thing you should keep on the periphery, regarding your relation, regarding your wealth, regarding your post, regarding your prosperity, because all are vanishable. These all are mortal. We should not go behind, but we should always concentrate on our inner self. That is our existence. And Gita says, you try to find out the problem of any solution within yourself, because the main identity which gives the solution is in yourself, and which is the same in every living being, whether it's a virus, whether it's a plant, or whether it's animal, so it may be. So I am concluding as per the advice that Gita is worth to read. Gita is worth to live, because it is a sacred and holy book, because it gives the solution of every problem. I can tell with the great confidence, whatever problem is with you, if you go to the citation of the Gita, you can find the solution of that, because our life is full of miseries, full of the problems. full of the questions, full of the so many things. We are irritated and we are not satisfied. We are not with the pleasure. We are leading only a mechanical life. So if you want to lead a real life, you read the Gita, follow the versions of the Gita. These are the most useful. And another thing I tell you, today the time has come to our spirituality and science, means physical science, should run parallel. I have delivered hundreds, thousands of these speeches on the YouTube, which you can find on my name, Sonraj Tater, the spiritual science and the universal truth. Three are my own channels containing 7,500 our episodes, in which I have tried to assimilate spirituality with the physical science. So I think that since last 2 days, you are doing the great efforts to prove the relevance. It is already proved, but to realize ourselves, to remember ourselves, the relevance of the Gita in today's time. And at this validity session, I think with all these efforts which you have made since last 2 days, you might have come to the conclusion this is a right topic in right time. It is contemporary, and we should try to read Gita, follow Gita, and we should live the versions of the Gita. So I congratulate and thank, and especially to my young generation, that we are most lucky fellow. We have taken birth in our this great India, where Gita type most holy books are there. So we follow it, we live it, we read it. I again congratulate. Shubh Bhavishya hai samne. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.